Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this tarot reading resonates with you. It's totally free, it doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is a 9 of Cups. This is happiness. Well, this is the pursuit of happiness. This is following your bliss. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming, the happiness that keeps on happening. This is very good energy. This is kind of saying that we're in the process of making our dream come true, that we're living the dream life. Not that we have the objects of our dreams, that we are living that life, right? It's a dynamic process. It's not just about something that you obtain. It's about the life that you live. It's not about what you're doing, but how you're doing it and why. This is very good energy. This is you're going to be very happy. Let me just tell you that. Let's put this into some context. Let's see how this happiness is coming about. Let's see what some energy surrounding it might look like. Connection. We have the High Priestess. This, I think, really is a sense of your own divinity. Right? I feel like this is you being open and receptive to whatever the universe is offering you. Right? And I feel like you're kind of led by your intuition. And we're not so set in stone. Here's another card about dreams. We're not so set in stone that we don't have the ability to adapt and change and be kind of fluid with what we want, with the what that we're doing. Right? Because this is us doing the things. This is the kind of what we are doing in particular, and we understand that that is going to change, right? Oh, look at that. Look at that power card. There's the devil card. That is the Capricorn card, right? This is your patron card, your power card. We have an Empress. We have an Eon. We have a the 7 of Wands makes sense in that position, and we have the Fool. Oh my gosh. You really do seem to have the very best cards today, okay? I'm really feeling that this is something that you need to embrace, okay? We've got this High Priestess energy that says you accept what's coming your way. And if you embrace it with open arms, right? Like, what is that Creed song, right? With arms wide open, then this is really going to change your life. Yeah, and this might be coming by way of a person, a place, a thing, an idea, a commitment. Spirit will show you the way. And if you live your life with this kind of attitude of always being open to what's coming next, always being open to the opportunities, to the connections that you might be making, always being open to what Spirit is telling you. We've got the Princess of Cups down beneath the surface. That's the idea that you're following the signs and symbols of your life, right? That you are aware to the synchronicities. You're aware of them, you're following them, and you're deciphering the message. Yeah. I think the universe has a secret. There's an inside joke there with you and the universe, and you're understanding that. You're a part of that. And it's just, I almost feel like you have this little smile on your face all the time. And people are kind of asking you, what's going on with you? Why are you so happy? What are you hiding? What's your secret? Maybe you have something big that's in the works, something that's already kind of cooking, But I think it's just this feeling of like, it's almost a little taste of euphoria. And I think that's the 9 of Cups. That's you enjoying what you're doing, knowing that what you're involved with, the way you're doing it, how you're doing it, is generating happiness. It's the dream that keeps on dreaming, the happiness that keeps on happening. right? It's the how and why of what you're doing, not necessarily the what. You are doing something, though. We've got some earth energy here. Let's select the mystery card before I forget. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set that down right here. Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, is going to go right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the tarot reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it an interactive exercise of intuition. All right. Let's take a look around the room. You've got a lot of major arcana cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. We've got fire. We definitely have our water. We don't have that much air. The air we have is kind of the Fool and the High Priestess, right? Because they're both kind of cards of communication and opportunity and relationships and the way we interact and interface with the world, right? And this, to me, the High Priestess is how we interface with the spiritual world within us, or using the kind of the intuition and the instinct. It's kind of an internal, perception or awareness. And the Fool is kind of the way we interface with the world outside of ourselves, right? Of course, we have a little bit of earth energy up here at the top. You are building something. You are committed to building your life and improving your future and following your purpose, following your bliss, right? And building a life that, the details of life is like the vessel for the water energy. It's the vessel of all of this love and bliss and happiness and this dream come. That's the dream life, right? Is to be doing what we love to do, to feel good doing what we do. Even if what we're doing is going to change, right? And so we see the Four of Wands in the background here. And we realize that whatever activities you're involved with, whatever system you're in, whatever worldview, whatever career, job, activities, community thing, a charity thing, whatever you do with your time is subject to change, right? It's in the fine print when we incarnated. Everything is subject to change, okay? And I think you're aware of that. And I think you know that what we have now, what we're doing now, the physical activity, the job, whatever it is, what you're physically doing at this time in your life is subject to change. That it is temporary. It's not meant to be permanent. This is not forever. So it could be a career. Eventually that career is going to change, or you're going to retire, or there's going to be some sort of, something that happens there. I feel like you've got this very receptive energy, that you're ready for change. You're ready for things. If things stay the same for a while, that's good too. Because whatever it is, you know that you're bringing this spiritual energy into it. So it's not like, oh, I don't want to do that job. I'll be miserable doing that. Well, yeah, maybe it's not going to be the most ideal thing, but you're going to be happy doing it because you have this kind of underlying bliss about things. You have this, maybe it's the Fool here more than anything else, or maybe it really is the Empress, but you've got this ability to really take any situation and make it thriving, successful, flourishing, nurturing. You can make anything a paradise, right? You can make anything a paradise. And I really feel like that's the key to your happiness right now, is to remain open to whatever is coming down the line next. Okay, I think you are going to be, or continue to be, very, very happy pursuing your bliss, like doing your purpose. Yeah. Fulfilling your purpose and what you're meant to do, the way you're meant to do it, right? And those details, I think, are changing. So, what has Spirit been telling you lately? I feel like you're starting to hear the rooster crow. Maybe literally, or chickens or something. There's some kind of fowl, right? There's some sort of bird energy around you. And it feels like chickens, but maybe it's the rooster crowing. Or it could be kind of this idea that something is about to take flight. right? Something is really about to kind of lift off or lift you away or carry you away. Sometimes with the moon card here, or the high priestess, I should say, which is the moon, the full moon, sometimes we can be moonstruck with this card. Sometimes we could be just so like in love with whatever this thing is, that we literally get carried away by it. And it's through that phenomena that sometimes we form an attachment. And then when we have the attachment, when things change, when the wheel keeps turning around and we're making progress and things that are done, things that are over, we have a certain type of reaction to that, right? Because we formed an attachment. So for you to have the Seven of Wands in this position here, this is what you don't want. And I think this is breaking an attachment. This is breaking a habit, breaking a kind of routine. You don't want to have to break an attachment. You don't want to form the attachment and then have to sever that attachment, right? So you kind of have this constant attitude, like life is in the process, right? That things are just constantly changing and evolving. Every moment is, it's an opportunity for that Fool energy, right? And the Fool is the zero. And I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit. The Fool is the zero, so everything that kind of comes in goes right out. It's just that this is the infinite moment. The Fool is the infinite here and now. This energy is not even really self-conscious. Self-aware maybe a little bit, but not self-conscious. It's a zero, right? Things just kind of flow in and out of it. Experience. It is the infinite moment. It is that stillness and that silence right here and right now. And the universe is flowing through that. Rather than the Fool wandering through the universe, I feel like it's the universe wandering through the Fool. And the Fool is just here watching the show. Everything's just flowing, and it's just existing and enjoying the ride. Some parts of the ride, some parts of the movie aren't that great, but overall, this is a magnificent experience, right? This is a spiritual experience that we call life. And I think that's kind of how you're starting to look at the universe, like that you're not a human being having a spiritual experience, right? You're a spirit having a human experience. With all its ups and downs, all of the wheels that are constantly turning, things are coming, things are going, things are coming, things are going. Around and around we go. Working through past karma and through past lives and really understanding the cycles of things and coming to a deeper awareness of yourself. Yeah. And that truly is accomplished by you being arms wide open. Yeah. So I think if you can do this or maintain this, you will find a happiness and a satisfaction and a bliss and a richness and a meaning to your life like never before. Never before. But we have to listen, right? We've got the fish in the percolator. We've got to pay attention to those signs, symbols, omens, those synchronicities. Yeah. I feel like you're somebody, do you do crossword puzzles? I think that, yeah, crossword, not word search, the crossword puzzles, where you have to fill in the blanks. You know, there's a certain, it's like a 7-letter word for handbag, right? I guess that is the 7-letter word. I feel like you do crossword puzzles, but you do them differently. You try to find the wrong word that would fit in there, right? Something clever about you in crossword puzzles. I don't know what that is, or if it's a joke or something, or if you're kind of known for that, or known for doing your crossword puzzles, or some other sort of, maybe it's anagrams or something, but it feels like crossword puzzles. I feel like you're very much into like clever jokes, you know, puns, plays on words, turns of phrases, and this kind of absurd or uncanny or the double meanings of things, right? I feel like you're very good at that. And I feel like it kind of comes naturally to you. And it really, to me, it's a way of taking the practical, the mundane, the earthly, and adding in that mystery, adding in that magic. Something ordinary, you turn it on its head and it becomes wild, you know? So I feel like you have a strong imagination, very potent imagination. You probably have very vivid dreams. Yeah. I'm also, who's got the really bright green eyes? Is it you? Someone in your family? Very almost like flashlights, like shining green eyes. Yeah. Something very special about the Capricorn energy right now. It really, really is. The Prince of Pentacles, top of the path of the dove here. You are also the builder, right? You're not someone that is just so blissed out that you're not getting anything done. No, you put your entire effort, your commitment into everything. It's almost like this kind of committed, you show up every day. You're here every day doing the work, even when the work changes. You don't skip a beat. You roll with the universe like you can already see it coming. And maybe you can. Maybe that's what some of these visions, dreams, epiphanies, realizations, breakthroughs, whatever these signs and synchronicities tell you, maybe you can kind of see what's coming down the line next. So you really don't skip a beat. I think you're leaning into your kind of ultimate Capricorn energy that just has this kind of, I don't like the word, but a zest for life. Yeah. That you're happy as long as you've got a mountain to climb, as long as you've got something to build, something to do, as long as you have an outlet for some of your power and creativity and your energy, you're happy. It could be doing anything. It could be anything at all. I feel like you are training for something new. Are you in some sort of training program, or like not school or university? It's not just book work. It's like there's a lab too, or it's like you're training for something, whether it's something mechanical. I guess it is mechanical in a way, maybe martial arts, maybe some sort of a skill. But you're training how to move in a certain way, and maybe it's fixing, repairing something, or something like that. Yeah, I feel like you like to do that. I almost feel like you're the person who takes on a lot of these new skills. You love taking classes to learn how to do something. Maybe it's like, I don't know, airplane engine repair. Maybe it is jujitsu. Maybe it is how to knit, right? You love to learn new skills. Maybe it's playing an instrument. Maybe you play more than one instrument. You love learning those skills, and then once you learn them, it's like you don't want to make a permanent career out of it. And I think you like to kind of pick things up and learn them and immerse yourself in them, make them a part of you, and then the wheel turns and we're just on to the next thing, right? We're just on, but all the while I feel like you are building, I guess, a semi-permanent life, right? Nothing is permanent, but you're building, there is a larger picture there. Yeah, a larger picture there. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And it does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. We are growing quickly, and it's because of all of you, and I really am thankful, really and truly. Empress energy. So you are creating this overall life. It's not just kind of one thing after the other, the wheels turning, and we're finding different ways to, different experiences to immerse ourselves in. But you're building an overall wealth, an overall success. You're building your own kind of paradise here. And it just could be that, I don't know, I almost feel like you don't have one particular career. I feel like you do a lot of things. Maybe you have different businesses. Maybe you're a bit of an entrepreneur. I don't feel like there's one thing that you've been doing for a long time. Or not just one thing. Maybe you have like a foundational job, like a main job, but I feel like you've got a lot of these other side things too. And I feel like you're really creating, it's almost like you live a very like liberal arts kind of life, where it's very rich, it's very cultured, there's a lot of things that you know how to do. You're like a walking encyclopedia / travel guide, I feel like you know a lot about obscure things, but about very common things. You know a lot about geography. I feel like you're kind of a travel buff too. I feel like you really enjoy traveling, learning about other places and other cultures, right? I feel like there's really a big trip coming your way. I don't know if this is a literal, if we're thinking literal trip here, or something, if it's symbolic. You have a map, right? Or maybe it's a globe. I feel like it's a map, and I feel like you've got push pins in all the places that you've been, or something like that. I don't know, maybe it's on like Apple Maps or Google Maps or something. But I feel like you've got markers at every place that everywhere that you've traveled. Somehow you have like a visual display of that. Feels like a map with a bunch of push pins in it. Yeah. I feel like the biggest trip is still in front of you. This is the Eon card, Judgment card, Rebirth, Reawakening. This is in the position of your environment. Something's coming down the line that if you embrace it, if you open, if you greet it with arms wide open, it's going to transport you to the place you've always wanted to go. This might be the ticket to Egypt or, I don't know, Prague, France, wherever you have always wanted to be. Maybe this is the ticket back home even, right? The biggest journey of your life. And it could be, again, it could be symbolic, right? But it could be literal. But this is going to change everything. This is really, it's opening the door. We thought we were happy now. This is going to be just unbelievable. You're going to have to pinch yourself. It's going to feel like a dream, right? Because this is a dream that just gets better and better and better. And there's no way life can be this way, right? It's not without its difficulties. Obviously, with this card, we have some fiery energy here. We're going to have to leave some things behind. We're going to have to economize, right? We're going to have to kind of streamline things a little bit. And it might be just kind of getting started, right? We might have to take some more economical means of travel, right? We might have to look for an inexpensive way to get where we're going, right? We might have to, the universe might ask that we lighten the load a little bit. Are there some things that you have to let go of? Maybe not physical possessions, but emotional attachments. Part of what we were talking about earlier, this idea that we form attachments and then we don't like it because then we have to break those, and we know we have to break them. So I almost wonder if you don't like staying in one place very long because you form attachments. I feel like that's kind of this big thing now is there's one attachment you have to break, maybe to get to your forever place. Maybe this is that big journey, that big trip to that place where you do want to set down roots. You want to form attachments there. And this is going to be your forever kind of situation. It could be a person, it could be a new country, a new home, new neighborhood, whatever, a new house. But I feel like you're reluctant to do that. And we've got the Fool there, of course. And the Fool is kind of right next to this Prince of Pentacles, the one that likes to build. Maybe you like to immerse yourself in something, you like to build it up a little bit, and then you move on. You climb a little bit, and you say, I'm ready for the next mountain now. And that's kind of the Fool energy. The Fool just likes to have the experience. There's no roots. The Fool doesn't have anything to ground it. This is a hot air balloon that is just off, going wherever the wind takes it, right? I wonder if it's kind of time to ground this energy a little bit. Also, who in your family is having the breathing issues right now? I think is somebody struggling with some lung issues? I don't think it's you. I feel like it's a family member. Yeah. Spirit's saying that they're going to be okay. Yeah, it's a temporary. It's like they're taking the medication. They're going to be all right. Yeah, I think they're already on the mend. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's see. I'm curious if the Fool is going to have a little bit of earth, some sort of roots, right? Maybe we'll get a 3 of Pentacles, an Ace of Pentacles, a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, also 9 or a 10 of Cups, maybe Cups. But I want to see some earth energy. I kind of want to see something heavy like holding us down. Like this is the attachment that we want to have, like an oak tree, right, with roots deep, deep in the ground. And maybe we are returning home. Maybe this is the idea of that fool is kind of done with its walkabout, coming back home to where there already are roots. Do you already have that big oak tree in the yard in your hometown? I wonder if this is a coming home. Let's see what the mystery card is. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Oh, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Well, it looks like an Ace of Discs, doesn't it? And maybe this is the full circle. Maybe this is the larger life path. Maybe this is the circle, the big circle that's composed of all of these little circles, right? And maybe we've done enough of those and we've spiraled all the way back around, and maybe this card is talking about us coming home. Full circle. Yeah. Full circle. And maybe we've been on this kind of fool's journey, right? This quest. And we're coming home. But I feel like this is going to be happiness like you've never experienced before. Whether it is coming home or maybe it's setting out in that new place where you can have your roots. But I feel like this is, there's expansion in this card. And I feel like it's kind of like your roots expanding out and really gripping the earth, right? This is where we're going to kind of anchor our ship. This is where we're going to stay. This is it, I like it. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link up here, or there's one down in the video description. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday. I'm here every day. Just come on back tomorrow, and we'll talk again. If you haven't subscribed yet, though, please do. It's totally free. It does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from right now, which may be different than where you are tomorrow, right? You globetrotter, you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.